This is Life is Full of It podcast. It's just me and Adam tonight. Um, we just decided, I guess, on a whim we were gonna do this. I told you to come by, and you're like, "Let's record." You brought out some mead. I thought you were joking when you said mead. Is this like some cheap ass wine?
Um,
Can you get it at Rite Aid?
so I actually got it at Bevmo, and that was the only kind they had.
Classy, chef kiss.
Is that what it's called?
No, I just was going. Mwah.
So it's crazy because we were watching God of War, and in the beginning of Ragnarok, Thor says, "I have mead," and I was like, "What the hell's mead?"
You didn't know that?
Did you know what mead was?
It's used in a lot of like fantasy board games and stuff. Like
But you knew what it was, though?
mead usually is like a type of wine.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a beer because in Marvel movies you see the Asgardians drinking beer, but they're drinking mead, and it is a wine.
Yeah.
You want to taste it? Just
No.
swish around, spit it out.
No.
That
As
definitely
you see,
didn't
I'm
sound
drinking
like that.
ginger ale. My stomach hurts.
Dude.
You
Gotta switch to
gotta
the
drink
ginger
the
beer.
real ginger.
The ginger beer is way better.
I didn't like it.
Is too overpowering or what?
It was just a lot of ginger going on.
I would try and water it down.
I
with
like
some
the
ice.
bottle. The bottle is dope.
Makes me feel like an adult.
I felt like an alcoholic. I forgot someone came over. They're like, "You drinking alcohol?" But
That's funny because I brought a bottle into school today.
did you? Or people like
My teacher did a little double take because I'm at the front of the class.
Hey, yo, teach. What? Yeah, but mead is used in God. What game is it? I know Sheriff of Nottingham. I think you gotta try to smuggle mead in, but there's other games as well. But is mead just from honey? It's not just from honey, is it?
It's yeast, but it's made from the main ingredient is honey.
What I think is weird is people in jail, or
Pruno,
prison, that make their own.
Pruno.
Is that what it's called?
It's the same thing, fermenting fruits and all that.
Is it? My thing is like, how much different is it than regular wine?
It's not wine.
Well, isn't it? Don't they use grapes and shit?
Maybe it is considered wine. I don't think it is though. I think it's like hard
Like a
alcohol.
glass of wine.
I think it's like a hard alcohol.
But I don't think they could get drunk off it, really. Because
Yeah.
when they show, like when it showed to
just-
guards and stuff,
You got to be secretive about it.
keep a straight face. Walking by me, keep a straight face.
It's crazy, dude. You know, your dad said that
Be careful. My dad's
I'm not dropping any names.
he's so paranoid about.
I'm not dropping any names.
He's not even the right name on Facebook because he's so paranoid that
There's a lot of people that do that.
inmates are gonna come after him.
A lot of.
I mean, they
officers.
may. I don't know, but you got to be a serious officer for them to really want to go after you. I feel like
Not if you fuck somebody over.
that's what I'm saying. You have to do something serious
okay,
to
I
where
get
like you're on their radar.
So your dad said that his job is basically babysitting adults.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And,
isn't that jail? Period.
Well, what I was getting to was those guys are actually pretty smart, and I know that the majority of them are like childish and all that. But when I was in Placer County, they were making rings.
How long? How many days did you stay in?
So the first time I went in, I was there for a week at Placer County. Second time, I was in Sac County for a night, and then I got transferred back up to Placer County for another week.
So was
So
it?
I'm not a hard ass or
I was gonna say
anything.
it's not like you did like hard time or anything.
No, but being there, it's again, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm a hard ass or anything. It was a lot different. I really had a lot of time for my thoughts. I actually did finish a book, which I'm not into reading at all. I
Did
just
you?
tried to do.
How'd you get a book?
There's books there. So Placer County is actually really lenient. You're in a pod, which
Is it like what you see on the What is that we're just watching?
No, those are cells.
But they have like a thing in the middle.
Yeah,
Like,
that. I think that would be like the common area, or like in Placer County, everything was open. You didn't go into individual cells like how they're behind a door, like how you seen in the video or in the show.
so how'd you?
Sac County is like that. And it's scary.
How'd you have a room then to sleep and stuff? It's just all open.
Yeah, it's all bunk beds. You have your bunk beds over here, and you had top. You had a second level and first level.
Do people want top or bottom?
They want bottom, and I didn't care because I'm not trying to sit there and stir up shit because
I think I've heard that people don't want top because they don't want to have their bottom bitch at them for moving and stuff around.
I don't know. I actually lucked out. The person below me, I knew their family growing up, so he was cool with me. But with Placer County, it's all open. So you walk into the actual room, like say your sliding glass door is the entrance, and then back here where we're sitting is where the bunk beds are, and then in front
So
of
a good like
it's a lot
10 feet.
It's a lot bigger than this room.
I know, but I'm saying from people don't see the sliding door and where we're sitting, but I'm saying so it's like 10 feet from where you would enter to the bunk beds.
No, so it's probably be like 40 feet from the entrance. And then right as you walked in, there was the podium with the officers. There was 2 POs, and then above them, there was other additional guards behind a window that you couldn't see. It was like a one-way window. And one of the times, it's weird. So the pods are divided up into by a wall, but that wall only stretches so far. Then it drops into like an 8-foot wall. So it's kind of like
that the more serious jail you're in? Besides,
I was in general population. So
But the one before, was it another one year before that? And that one was just like holding, basically, right?
Sacramento.
Yeah.
I would say Sacramento is more serious because it's like 23-hour lockdown. I don't know why it's like that. And there's actually a Netflix show. I don't know if it's still on there, but about them like flushing the toilets, and you could actually pass stuff through the toilets.
How the fuck do you
Dude,
do
it's so like I said, dude, they're smart. They're just stupid.
They got in jail. They got caught. So they ain't that smart. But I don't get how you could flush and catch it through another.
So the way that the plumbing is set up, it's just straight up and down. But what tricked me out was they were flushing things upward.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you do that, but whatever.
That's nuts. Where are they sending each other?
Like notes and all that shit. And you could send drugs or
A wet ass
whatever.
note?
Well, you put it in a plastic bag. You ain't fucking flushing it straight down with a shit.
Yeah.
So back to Placer County, it would be like, you know how a cubicle at work, how the walls are only so high.
Yeah.
So it would be like a full wall, and then it would drop down to like a cubicle wall, and then so you could kind of hear chatter from on the other side if they're being loud. And I remember they were getting like too crazy, and all you see is like from the windows up above the 2 pods, you just see a shotgun come out, and you hear like
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Again, jail wasn't like I wasn't like having to watch my back. I didn't have to jump into a clique, me being Mexican.
That's what watching. That's what the 60 days, and they're always you have to click. And that's the thing that sucks is like I wouldn't want to click up with just Mexicans.
I wouldn't either. Just whoever's cool with me.
But then, like they say, they're always hella serious. Like if you don't click up with someone, you're gonna get like trouble from that. Your nationality is gonna be upset with you.
I've heard that, and then I can't remember how to put. I mean, I don't know how to put it.
I'd be like, guys, does racism have to live in here? Like, do we have to be racist?
Get up on the table. Excuse me, guys, gentlemen. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that, even you being in just for a little bit, anxiety and the stress of you have no control, and the anxiety of like, I get anxiety sometimes in a line, and I feel like I'm not in control because, there's someone in front of me, the sides of me, or let's say a crowd. I can imagine being in that and getting locked up behind you. Like even my dad going into it, it took him a while to get used to having the door locked behind you and entering a prison.
So Sacramento County, I got transferred there at night, and I have a few.
Is that weird? Because you're like, is it just you, or are you with people?
You're with people.
Is anyone talking and shit, or?
Some people are. There's the ones that are like, the mouthy people that we've all been around. Ones that got to run their mouth. So I have a few friends that are officers in Sacramento County, and I did see two of them while I was being booked.
That's gotta suck.
Yeah, it does. I felt kind of judged because, I'm obviously on the opposite side of the law, and
Well, yeah, they're gonna think less of you, regardless.
I did feel that way with one of them. Just the way he was talking to me, because he's like, "Well, how you been?" And I said, "Well, good." And he goes, "You call this good?" Like, obviously, I'm in a fucking down area or down spot right now, dude. But kind of kicked me while I was down. And then Sac County.
Hope you found him and beat him up.
No, dude, that's funny. Sac County. It's a little different than Placer County because you line up with like 5 other people and you're fucking butt ass naked and you have.
They
officers.
really make you butt naked. You ever watched The World's Worst Prisons on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
It's hella good, dude. It's a dude that he got, I think, I don't know how long. It was a long time for murder, but he didn't do it. And then eventually when he got
We
out.
all didn't do it.
When he got out, it was after like 12 years or something. I don't know. He started doing that show where he's visiting all the hardest. And it's weird because they don't seem like the hardest. They seem like the roughest. Like the conditions to live are ridiculous. Like people piled on people.
Oh,
but
maybe.
He's in different countries and shit.
Yeah, because I've got.
In most places, they don't got enough cops or whatever you want to call them, COs, cops, whoever theirs are. They don't got enough, so they have to have prisoners police other prisoners. Like, they get ranked up.
Yeah, they do have that. And I know you've seen it in 60 Days in, like, the Pod Boss and all that.
Is that, like, a thing they assign? I mean,
I think it's a respect thing. Because that didn't happen in Placer County, as far as I know. But, again, I was in Gen Pop, so it's like you're placed there because you're not that violent. You don't have any violent crimes. You're not associated with any gangs.
Yeah. It's weird because, like, my buddy that was, like, a good friend of mine through high school, like, when he went for fucking murder. I don't know what they called it officially. I don't know if it was homicide or manslaughter. I think it was manslaughter. But he was telling me all kinds of crazy crap, like, always keep a cup to your mouth. I'm like, what? Yeah. And he was like, because you can't talk shit if you have a cup to your mouth. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like,
see, he went to prison though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally
And he was with other murderers and shit like that.
It's totally different than jail.
But he made it like, not like it was a walk in the park, but he made it like it was whatever. He definitely changed when he got out, but I mean, far as I know, he's for the better now. But to me, it's just crazy. Like, the closest thing I have is them when they gave me that 5150. And
when did this happen?
Shit. And I don't know if it even held up in 5150. So my dad was like, "This is gonna be on your record," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Right when my ex broke up with me. Because what happened was I was devastated. I stopped working. When I found out she was fucking a new dude already, I was like gone. I don't know. Like, it triggered me off. And I remember being at work, walking around.
Dang, we were young, huh?
Dude, I was 18, 19, 18 probably.
We're what, 8 years difference?
Yeah, I think so.
38?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. 30. So
30, 38. So I was 10. And it was on the strip mall of Ralph's, so I walked all the way around to the end where, like, there's a Mountain Mike's, and I was just vomiting.
I remember that place.
I was vomiting, thinking about the fact that she was already, like, hooking up with a dude.
No, I totally get it. I've gotten like that, too.
And
even after, like, a while after me and, I'll name drop, Shannon split up, and then, like, I was talking to her and then just brought up, "Hey, are you seeing somebody else?" And she said, "Yeah." I was just like, dude, my heart sank.
It was more of a thing that I thought because we were still talking a lot, and it wasn't. I was still active in life. I was still working and doing things. So I thought like there's a possibility, and there was even times where she was like, yeah, I've been missing you. And then when this happened, because I saw Homeboy drive by my work, which was weird to me, and I made up, yeah, I heard you guys hooked up, and she's like, that's bullshit because we did it last night, and I was like, what? And then that's when I was just like not leaving my bed. I stopped showing up to work. It was so fucking stupid. I wish till this day I just kept working because I was making hella good money. I was already out of school at that time, but I was doing it during school, making hella money. Didn't have to pay with my living with my dad. But she would keep coming by picking up shit. So that was just tormenting me, and I fucking wasn't showering or anything, just laying on the couch, like not moving. Every morning waking
Flies
up.
buzzing around.
Yeah, every morning waking up, throwing up, thinking about her with him. And she one time came and I was trying to like get at her, like not get at her, but like, hey, well, you're saying there's a chance kind of attitude.
Oh my gosh, I totally said that to my baby mama the other day.
No, but I was just like, so, whatever. And then I grabbed a knife and said, like, what if I killed myself, which was stupid because it's like in all hindsight now, it's like, yeah, that's not going to get a girl. Like, you know what? I'm going to take you back now. But
Panties drop.
she was calling my mom about it. And then all my mom heard was like knife and shit. So I was hella mad. To this day, I still get angry, like, damn it, mom, like, why'd you call? So she called the police, and the police showed up, and like, it's weird now because I can't imagine the anxiety I have now compared to then. I handled everything, but it's like she bounced. I was in front of the house. My dad and mom showed up, and I answered questions, and I don't think I answered them wrong, but they handcuffed me. And I started to like pull, like to try to like, I'm gonna break these cuffs. You can't break those cuffs. Like, I started to like, and they're like, don't do that. And I'm like, I was mad. Like, dude, why am I getting handcuffed? I'm fine. And then they just put me in the back of the car, and I remember sticking my head out, yelling to my mom and them like, follow me there, because I wanted them just to let me out. Then I didn't know what they were going to do, but when I got there, it's like scary. Because first of all, it's weird. You're in a cop car and then you're in the back. I've never been in the back of a cop car my whole life. And he's just on the phone making plans with his wife and shit. And I'm just like, this is so weird.
No way, really?
Yeah,
That's super unprofessional.
But I mean, I get it. But to me, it's just weird. Like, I'm going through something that's going to change my life. And you're just like another day, like, I'll be off in a little bit, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like,
no, sorry, that's not okay.
And it made me feel like shit, like what's going on? And I honestly just thought I was going to go there. And then my mom and dad were going to pull me back out or whatever. Then they took me down to, I don't know. I don't want to call it the wrong thing, but it's like almost like a psych ward or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's where they watch you and stuff.
Yeah, 24 to 48 hour.
I don't know. So what they did was, it was day before Thanksgiving. So what they did was, like when I got there, they took out all I had on was a Kobe jersey, sweats, and I had, I think, flip-flops. And they took everything from me besides my Kobe or besides my jersey, took my string out of my sweats, gave me socks that you can't run in, so they've got the rubber on the bottom. So you're like, you can't take off anywhere. And then I'm like, all right, they take my pictures and shit, and I'm just like, it was hella misleading, and like they fucked with you like almost on purpose. Like they don't want you to know what's next. So it's like, just go in that door right there. I'm like, oh, this door right here, all right. And I walk in, it's like I came here. They said they're gonna have me see a doctor. And they're like, yeah, just go in there and you'll see the doctor. And it's like click and it locks behind you and you're stuck. And there was like 5 other people. You're in downtown. So it's like they had the place was full of people, like 5, 6 people. and like
Like in a holding tank?
just people that weren't. Yeah, I guess
That's weird.
people that weren't there though. But it's like,
Get off me, man. Get off me.
yeah, there's people. There was one lady that kept crying, looking at a picture. One homeless dude that kept standing up, like throwing a bunch of gang signs and sat down. It was scary, and it's like there was a really high counter, and I'd go. There's a big black dude working behind it, and I'm like, "Hey, man, like I thought I was supposed to see a doctor." They're like, "Yeah, just you will go sit down, go sit down." So then you're like, "Fuck, dude, I'm just one of them," and that's all they see you as. So
Your number.
So they had a payphone in there, so I literally called everybody. I called my work when I worked at Ralph's. I called Ralph's, talked to my friend that was working there because I was scared, dude. I didn't like how it was. But I was there for hours, dude, and the worst thing was they have a TV in there. They're playing Phantom Menace. I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit right now. I'm like having a hard ass time. And what sucked was the hours went by, and I swear to you, they brought out food for us, and they have like a nurse sitting in there.
Let me try and guess. You got a little carton of milk. You probably got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and an apple.
No.
Okay, that's what we got when I was in the holding tank.
They gave me a piece of bread with a scoop of like salsa on it. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was nasty looking.
Looking good.
Fruit cup. I think they gave us milk, but I remember telling the lady, I'm not eating this. I'm not eating that. And the lady's like, you need to eat something because they watch you. They watch your behavior. And I was like, fine, I'll eat a fucking fruit cup. I was like, whatever, dude. Called my ex, like, sorry about everything. And she doesn't, I ran into her like maybe about half a year ago, 6 months ago. And I brought it up to her, and she's like, I remember you calling me. I'm like, whatever. Because she was hella mean. Like, look at you. Look where you're at. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, this is what you get, and all this bullshit. But I just called her because, again, I was calling everybody. I called my aunt, and I called tons of people. But whoever's number I can remember. It's funny, back then, I actually could remember numbers.
Because we had to.
Yeah. So she just fucking, right then and there, I was over her. After that, she told me off, and I was like, damn, she didn't even care I was in here. But what sucked was they're like, you got to sign up for showers. And I'm like, there's only like, again, 5, 6 of us in there. And I'm like, I'm not signing up for showers. I told the big dude, and he's like, if you don't sign up now, you're not going to get one later. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't signed up for showers. Like, you know, maybe I stunk, and he's trying to make me, you know.
Like, nah, bro, you need a shower.
He's like, you need and I told him, I'm not.
What's your name? I'm going to write you down right here.
I was like, I'm supposed to leave right now. And he's like, well, visiting hours are like 6 o'clock.
You ain't going nowhere. I got you for 3 hours.
I got you for 3 hours. He was like, you know, you got visiting hours like at 6. The doctors leave before that. And you're pretty much, if you don't see them, you're pretty much screwed. And the problem was, the huge issue was, Thanksgiving was the next day. Doctor was going to be out. He's going to be out Friday, and then he's going to be out Saturday and Sunday. So they're going to keep me there till Monday. And this just made me fucking freak out. Like,
oh wow.
I was like terrified.
Did you stay there till Monday?
So what ended up happening was, literally, it was like at the end, and my mom and them they wouldn't let them come to me at all through the whole thing. They wouldn't let them come to me. So they had to come back during visiting hours, and they were there, and they're like, that's it. And then literally on my way opening up the door to go see them, they're like, the doctor could see you real quick. So they saw me. They were like, yeah, you're fine. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You just went through a bad breakup and said the wrong shit. And then I was able to go home. I went and got a fucking double quarter pounder meal. I remember that. I was starving. I was so happy to be home. And then that was that. But it just shows you do dumb shit, say dumb shit, try to get reactions out of people, and then there's like fucking consequences because it's just, yeah, it's stupid. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't think it, like my dad was always like mad that whole time. This is gonna go on your record, all this and that. I don't know if they even classified it because it never came up.
It doesn't sound like it if they released you.
Yeah, and I got jobs after that and never had issues. Nothing ever came up. I would tell people like, hey, I've had this prior, but it was all misunderstanding and this and that. But
What the fuck's wrong with him?
I it just sucked. But it's just one of those things. So like I said, like I'm glad I didn't like even with you too, like you didn't have to do the full crazy thing of like, oh, I've been away for 5 years, 10 years, or something like that.
Talking about the snap. I'm just kidding.
No, but it's just, yeah, not Thanos dusted, but I think it's nice to get a little taste of it so you just like learn from it or whatever. But at the same time, I mean, is it better to not? I don't know. I don't know if it's better to never have a taste of what can happen to you and learn from it. But then there's people that, like I was talking to you earlier, that's so they like to live that way.
So
The 3 meals, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they got their bed.
They're not that good at meals. So for me, I went in twice, right? The first time I went in, oh fuck man, it's so stupid. Domestic violence. I got overboard. I was yelling. And where I lived in Pepperwood Apartments, my window was like 30 feet away from the office. And to get out of our house, the stairs go right down in front of my window. So like the office could hear me yelling. And me and Jalissa got into a huge argument, and she did something.
People go in and out for domestic violence so much. Usually people need a fucking breakup.
Yeah.
Because if not, it happens over and over. How many times you watch Cops and they're like, weren't we here? This is the 5th time we've been here this week or whatever.
It was me this time. She wasn't looking at me. She had her back to me. So I put my hands on her shoulders and I turned her around. And she turned around and hit me in the face twice.
God damn.
Yeah. So technically, I did put hands on her. Stupid fucking technicalities. And the office heard us yelling, and I fucking hit the window and cracked it. And being that there was a child there, it was child endangerment. And so I only got a misdemeanor for domestic violence. But, I ended up so stupid. I was like, well, they're like, well, somebody's got to go to jail. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll go. Because,
I'll go for her.
Yeah, I'll go because I didn't want her daughter to be taken away from her. So, we're on the edge of Placer County, and you have to go all the way up to Auburn.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So, like, Pepperwood Apartments is literally on the edge of Placer County. You know
how
where
far-
Pepperwood is, right?
Yeah, but people, if they listen, won't know.
Well, anyway. On the edge of Placer County and Sacramento County.
Okay.
And
How far
just
of a
2
drive?
shots. Glug, 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 glug.
How far away?
It was probably like a 45-minute drive, just because the cops ain't gonna speed.
I mean, hit those lights.
They're not gonna do that.
I know. I'm just saying.
They're gonna milk it. And so they take me up to Auburn. Because Roseville was full. I could have went right down the street to Roseville, but it was full.
That sucks.
Yeah. So on my way up to Auburn, you're just sitting there just thinking, what you could have done different, and, what's going to happen.
Sounds like all you did was grab her and twist her around.
Yeah. I mean, I've never hit a woman because...
But it sucks because if people look at it, it's going to look like you did because domestic violence.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I tell them. Yeah, I still got domestic violence. That's why when you said... Your friend said he didn't do it, or that dude said that he didn't do it. I said, yeah, that's what they all say. It was, we all didn't do it.
I didn't say my friend. I said the guy.
I meant, yeah,
the guy on
I
Netflix.
twisted it up, so I'm sorry. So I get to Placer County, and they put you in a holding tank, and you're there for hours. Hours. I don't know why. And you meet some pretty interesting people. They give you a blanket, and
Is that like the processing where they like start processing you and all that?
Technically, yeah, but it just seems like you're just sitting there for fucking hours for no reason. They give you a blanket.
Because sadly, I think of To Catch a Predator. Because whenever they get them, they always go, we take them down the process. And it shows they're getting their fingerprints, their pictures.
Well, they do that real quick, and then they put you in the holding tank.
Right. Do you have to talk to anybody?
They just ask you a couple questions right as you get in. You know, you get out the car, and they walk you to this counter, and then you empty out your pockets and all that, and they place you against the wall, and they strip search you real quick. Not, like, naked or anything. And then you go to the holding tank.
How many people usually are in a holding tank?
Oh, wait, you're still in your clothes, though. Dude, it can get pretty packed.
That's what would bug me, too.
The holding tank is probably as big as your living room, so probably about 25 by 25. And what sucks is, like, there's little, like, countertop height walls that don't even really block the toilet. So if people get, like, take a shit and you're on the opposite side of the wall, you'll see people taking a shit.
I mean, at that point, do you even give a fuck about taking a shit in front of people?
I still do, yeah.
I think I just would
I
be
don't
at
want
the
people
point.
to see my little weenie.
I just think I wouldn't be at the point where I just wouldn't fucking care.
Yeah, dude, it's okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm already scared.
Excuse me, how do we sign Ernie up for Beyond Scared Straight?
Yeah. Those are great. The best one is the clip they always show of the little kid where he's like, come in here. And he's like, I can't. Or why not? You haven't opened the door wide enough or whatever. It's hella funny, dude.
So, you're in the holding tank for like, I want to say 5-6 hours, maybe even more.
Do you see people come in and then people come out faster than you sometimes?
No, it's all
No
fucking,
one skips you.
It's all take a ticket.
It's not like, hey, that guy wasn't here before me. Why is he getting out first?
It's like the DMV. A105. Yeah, you're there for hours, and it sucks depending on what time you get there because you're not gonna get good sleep because for me, I did have a little anxiety being that I don't know who these people are, and you're in a room that is off to the side, so people don't directly have eyes on you. So like you could probably get a few licks in, right?
I just feel like, again, cops or whoever's in there, they don't really care. You're a criminal to them. So.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, say if somebody's there and you know they're gonna pick a fight with you, they can get a few licks in before the cops get there. And
or they'll just let you. Or let them.
And then they got like a little separate drunk tank, and you just hear the people fucking, ah, get me the fuck out of here. Oh, that's so annoying. But, you know, after you're finally getting processed, they have you stripped down. They give you clothes, but they have you stripped down, and then they check you individually naked.
That's what, like, the whole time I would be trying to figure out, how am I going to get out of this? How can I talk to them and them hear my side and let me get out?
After that, dude, you're already fucking booked.
That's what I'm saying.
There ain't, once you get in that cop car, you're done. There ain't no talking your way out. There ain't no fucking...
Are they all pretty much...
breaking out or whatever?
Pretty normal with you?
Some of them are nice. Some of them seem nice. Again, dude, you're just a fucking number. Even if, like, some are, like, cool or whatever. So... I think after a while, then you go with a group, and you guys walk down the red line. This is still Placer County. You walk down the red line till you get to the K-Pod, and they let you in, like 5 at a time, and you just go in there and, like, I guess mingle.
Do people actually start... You can see they strategize to be friends or to be talkative with people.
I was quiet. I don't know if people... I'm sure people do that.
I would stick to myself, but then I would think people wouldn't like that either. Like, oh, he thinks he's a badass or whatever.
I would say it's how you posture yourself. Like if you're sitting there like fucking
Chest out,
like, yeah, chest out, and you're like
flinch,
you can't really
flinching
see
at
my
people,
face, but I mean like
flinching at people when they walk by you.
actually some dude walked into the pod like that and got socked.
Did he?
He got beat up. Yep. Almost like 2 minutes in. Yeah, he was an older gentleman, and he was walking chest out, fucking like trying to size up everybody, and he sized up the wrong dude. Like, and that's when.
I do not know him. Walking the other way.
But you want some too, old man?
No.
That's when they have you all get down on the ground, and then they apprehend the two that are fighting. But I got in there, and I was just like, I was being polite, like, hey, what do I got to do, blah blah blah, and you just that was cool.
That's a ghost.
Probably. You just go up to a bunk and ask if it's available, and for me, being in there, the hours were stretched. They were so long. Like,
Is that in that one? You're able to walk around and stuff, though, right?
yeah. So you're in an open pod. You could either be downstairs watching TV, like mingling with the other inmates and shit, and the showers were off to the side, like just the. If
The
you're
showers are at a certain time, though, right?
No, you can shower anytime during the day into the night, not after a certain time in the night, because that's lights out and you have to be in your bed laying down. And that sucked because I didn't have my medication on me, so like
That's what I always wonder about. Like I was talking to my wife about it, because on 60 Days, and they were trying to catch the drug issue, and a lot of people. One of the guys that was in was popping crap. That was part of it, and he was popping it. But people, sit there, take their cup, and they take their stuff, but then they hide it underneath their tongue or whatever, and then they'll go sell it or whatever. But it's like, it sucks for me. I'd be like, dude, I need my antidepressant. It's like, I would worry that they would be negligent to make sure I get my proper care, because you're just, again, a number. You're an inmate.
dude, it sucked. Like I needed my inhaler at one point because I went out to the yard and did a little bit of exercise and I needed my inhaler, and there's exercises you can do to like kind of like work through it, but you're just like kind of when you're starting to feel like an anxiety attack, you just want to take that,
Yeah.
whatever you take to like help cope with it. So it's like for me, it's like fuck, I just need my inhaler. Let me hit my inhaler, and I gotta go tell the officers, hey, I need my inhaler. And then like fucking an hour later, the inhaler comes, and it's like I don't need it now.
Oh, I'm dead.
And then on top of that, like I have eczema, so if I shower, I need to bathe in lotion afterwards.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to take a shower because
It'd make it worse.
yeah, I would just like dry up, and so I just washed my cap, which is crotch, ass, and pits.
Crotch, ass, and pits. I never heard of that.
Yeah, I heard it a long time ago. So I wasn't stinky, and I avoided having to lube up.
Yeah. How many times did you go to the bathroom?
Many times as I needed to.
I know, but isn't it kind of weird in there?
So
'Cause
it is.
they don't have a separate bathroom area.
No,
right?
and the toilets face each other. Yeah, so
People just sit there and chat it up.
I didn't.
Well,
But when I went poop, like I tried to wait until like at least.
But see, you're gonna
at
drop
least
a
side by
monster
s-
Duke.
That doesn't matter at that point. You're all men. You don't give a shit. You guys make fun of each other like, damn.
Yeah. Still,
Can I see the size of that? No, nobody asked that.
it's the metal toilets, ain't it?
So they're cold when you sit on them. Might be relaxing or whatever. I don't know. But they're side by side. They're like urinals, right? They're right next to each other. They're little half walls. So the
But how are you seeing
peace
each other?
officers, huh?
How are you seeing each other then, though?
What do you mean?
You said they're side by side, but you can see each other. There's one
They're
on the
side
other
by side, but they're also
One's-
opposite.
That's weird. Is it a bathroom area or is it in?
It's a bathroom area.
I was thinking it's in your cell or something.
No, there's no cells. It's pods, so it's all open.
Oh, that's the one you're saying that has some bunk beds out there.
Yeah, plaster. And rule
So
of
that's
thumb.
just general population.
Yeah, rule of
basically.
thumb if you're gonna go to the bathroom, you better wear some shoes because there's dudes jerking it in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
In
don't walk it.
the
You don't walk in there fucking barefoot, dude. That's disgusting.
in the shower?
In the shower, yeah.
Or are you talking about the bathroom? It's the same
I
thing.
wouldn't chance it. I would not chance it.
That's what I always think about too. Is the whole jerking off shit. Like, again, on the not first 48, on 60 Days In, you see a lot of people hang up blankets, like in their bottom bunk, and make like almost like a
Little fort.
little fort. And I was like, oh, okay, that's probably where they do their thing or whatever. But I don't know about open like in a shower or whatever.
So the shower does have a little bit of a wall,
No,
but again, it's like, how can I explain it?
people sneaking in porno mags.
I'm sure you could.
Well, I know.
You've been into a bathroom like in a stadium,
Yeah,
yeah, like how there's stalls on each side.
yeah.
Well, that's how everything is. You got pissers on each side. You got sinks on each side, shitters, and then towards the back are the
There's no worry about anyone getting fights in this area, or
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but again, you're general pop, so you're not really getting into fights. But you are surveyed or watched 24/7.
And if you do anything bad, where do you get moved from again? From General Pop?
I have no idea, but it's probably like Shawshank Redemption, where they put you in some hole in the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there has to be eventually cells where like
Oh, I'm sure, but
You're
I
locked
I
in.
didn't get to that point because I just wanted to do my time and get out.
I want to do my what was it? How long?
I did a week, but dude, that week was so long. Like I said, dude, I read a book.
I couldn't imagine doing a week.
And
You weren't even in like the toughest shit either. So,
I would just go to sleep as much as I could. And what sucked was it got to the
but
point
did
where
you trust the fact going to bed? Like I'd be worried someone's gonna fuck with me. Like
again, the peace officers can see what's going on up there.
I'm like, officer, can you please watch me while I sleep? No, I want to make sure that no one touches my booty,
Touches me in my no square.
my no square, please.
I just would try to go to sleep, throw the blanket over my head because I was directly under a light and it got kind of warm up there, which sucked. So I would sleep with a sheet, not with like a blanket. And I would just sleep as much as I could. And it got to the point where it was like, I'm sleeping for like 45 minutes and waking up. And I'm like, oh, what time is it? Oh, fuck, it's only been 45 minutes.
That sucks.
And what's even worse...
Were you
is,
able
like,
to sleep through the night though?
Yeah. I mean, there'd be times where I wake up and I'm up for like 30 minutes or whatever, but then you eventually just
Are
close
people
your
up
eyes.
when you wake up and stuff, or there's some people?
I'm sure, but again, like, it's lights out, so you can't be loud and you can't be, like,
Yeah.
doing a bunch of shit. And then it's too dark to read. So, I mean, people are just probably laying there.
Yeah, that would bug me. I hate the dark. Not so much scared of it, just don't like it.
It's not pitch black, but it's, like, it's too dark to read.
Yeah, I don't know. Reading would be nice. No one brings in like little flashlights or anything, keychain flashlights.
Nope, it could be used as a weapon. Somehow. Like, again, dude, they're smart, but they're stupid.
Well, because there's batteries in there most likely, and you can use that for fire and all that kind of shit. But yeah, that would really bug me. I don't like being not in control, and the fact that people are like, "You're going to bed at this time." My whole life, I was able to go to bed whenever I wanted.
Sac County was a little different. I was only there for the night, but still it was scary because you go into your area, which I guess you can call it a pod, but then there's a cell within the pod, and you have a bunkie, and you don't know who this bunkie is,
Yeah.
right? And you know the window to see in the fucking bunk is a fucking 3-inch by 10-inch window.
You're talking about on the door?
Yeah, that somebody has to look into.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the pod in Placer County where
So
you can
it's
just
not,
look
it's
up
not
and see
as
shit.
safe.
No, dude, I was hella scared to be in there because I didn't know who my bunkie was, and like I gave him my food, be like, hey, look, dude, I don't want to eat this. You can eat this.
But then, could that be like, oh, this is my
Dude,
bitch?
he
then?
said, bitch, yup, you gonna suck my dick too? I'm like, no,
Did he say that?
no.
Oh, I was
Fuck
saying,
no. I'd be like, dude, no, we're gonna have to fight now.
I'm gonna buy it all right.
Kobayashi.
what was your bunkmate like? White, black, Mexican?
I think he was either white or Mexican. I can't remember.
You didn't have any conversations really with him.
No, because when I finally got
Oh,
to
you're
my
only there.
cell
You said for a day, right?
for like the night.
For the night.
When I finally got to my cell,
It's
it
weird that
was
they'd waste
hell
all that
late.
time to put you in. And this dude's like, however long he's been there, he's like, yeah, I got a guy for a night, and that was it.
He was my bitch.
I
Gave
thought
me his food.
I thought he was my friend. What the fuck, man? You
I
took me-
like little Michael.
Do you know? Do you know what the food they gave you?
It was breakfast. Because by the time I actually got to the cell, it was like fucking maybe 1
Was
in
that
the
the
morning.
night that they took you? Or no, that was a different thing, man.
So the first time I went to Placer County, second time I went to Sac County because I was trying to go get my job, or get an old job back in Folsom, and that's technically Sac County. So I went to fucking Folsom jail, and that jail looks like the fucking jails you see in on TV where the bar doors shut.
Jesus.
Yeah. I was there for a couple hours. Then I got transferred to downtown, which is the one where the Netflix show is on about.
What?
And then
I wish I saw the Netflix.
it's like something birds. I can't remember. Came out a couple years ago. And then you are in the holding tank again after you get booked. You're in the holding tank again for a couple hours, and then they pull you out groups of 5. Then you strip down.
Did you know you're only gonna be there for overnight though?
No, I was glad though.
I was saying, but did you know how long at all? What it could be?
No, you don't know. Just like
What was that time
just like
for?
It's the same thing, but because I violated my probation, I wasn't going to the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Which one? What do you mean by that?
I had to do so many hours of community service, so many hours of what's it called? It's like community service, but it's called something else.
Is it like therapy type of thing?
No, I can't remember what it's called.
But
It's like some hours. I can't remember.
so you weren't doing that.
So I did all that, but I had to do once a week for 52 weeks, so a whole year. You go to a women's batterers class, and that's basically bullshit. I would say
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't go, you're gonna get fucked up.
that's exactly what happened. I stopped going.
You don't
and-
think it was gonna catch up?
No, I wasn't thinking about it at the time because I was with ISIS at the time. And,
Throwing out these names like someone would fucking know who you're talking about.
well, sorry, I was with my ex, my baby mama.
You basically were with a new girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm. And we're out in Folsom, and we started arguing, and I pulled my car over, but I didn't pull it off to the side enough. Like my the trunk was kind of like in the
Street or whatever.
it was like in the walkway, like a crosswalk. So it's like kind of sticking out. And undercover detectives came and pulled me over undercover, and I called because he was like, "I need you to step out of the car." I'm like, "Nope, I don't know who you are," because you can do that.
Right.
It's an unmarked car. Somebody could be bullshitting you or whatever. And I was like, "I want to see your badge." And then he gave me my badge. He gave me the badge, and or he showed it to me outside the window. And I called it in. I was like, "Hey, is this a detective? Is this a valid badge?" They're like, "Yep." And so I stepped out and cooperated, and then they put me in handcuffs. And it sucked because
Automatically?
yeah, because I was in violation of my probation.
Oh.
And it sucked because we had Kyson in the car, and she was pregnant with Axton, and then she didn't know how to drive stick.
That sucks.
Yeah, so she's in Folsom, and at the time, were we in West Sac? I think, yeah, we were living in West Sac at the time. So Felicia, her mom, had to drive all the way out to Folsom, come get my car because she knew how to drive stick, and then Isis drove her mom's car home. So I was crying because
I don't even think about that because I don't drive a stick at all.
That
so
sucks.
I'd be screwed.
no, you'd be fine because you're not driving stick.
No, I'm saying, but in that situation, if you're stuck with a car that's
Oh, if like Crystal went to jail and she got a stick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying it
you
would
gotta,
suck.
You gotta call Emilio or your dad.
Or try to drive it. I mean, I pretty much get the idea of driving a stick.
Super easy. You just let that clutch out super slow, super slow, and then the car started rolling forward.
It sucks because I needed that to race, but I'm glad I didn't because that's...
No, people are racing automatics all the time.
Yeah, it's not the same, though.
Winning is winning. This is why an inch or a mile.
What matter is inch or a mile. You never had your car. Yeah, that sucks. So that one wasn't... I thought you were saying that you went back for domestic violence. I was like, God damn, motherfucker.
I did have to go back because of that charge, but that was because I was in violation of my probation.
Could she have dropped the charges and things would have been different?
She tried to. Jalissa tried to. Because we didn't want either one of us to go to jail.
Oh, that night, and that's when we were like, someone has to go. That's stupid. I feel like as long as one of you guys go home or something, like, separate for the
that's
night.
what's messed up is because I came home after I served the weekend in Placer County, and some dude was like on top of this girl, like, and he had beaten her a little bit, and they fucking just like, they were drunk, and they're like, okay, well, you know, you guys just got to go your separate ways, whatever. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Where was this at?
Same place.
The apartment complex?
Pepperwood Apartments, but it was at night, so people in the office weren't there.
Oh. So at that time...
I called. I was like, fuck that. This dude's going. If I'm going to go, you're going to fucking go. And he was actually on top of her, restraining her on the ground.
Did the apartment complex press the charges? Is that why?
No. It was because it was child endangerment, but she had it reduced to, instead of being a restraining order, it was a peaceful contact order. So I could, because with a restraining order, you cannot contact anyway, third person party, or third party or whatever, email, text, call, nothing.
Yeah. That sucks. It sucks the second time, but that's you being fucking stupid. How many did you miss?
I just stopped going.
You don't know how many you missed between getting arrested to... Is that the only thing that violated your probation, was just not going to those?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I did everything else. It was, fucking, what is that other thing?
And that's how you got in for just a night, though.
That was at Sac County. I went for the day and the night. So I went to Folsom for a couple hours.
For that charge.
For the violation.
Right.
So the first time when I actually got charged with Jalissa, I went straight to Placer County because we were at Pepperwood. The second time I was with ISIS in Sacramento County.
And that's when
I went to Folsom for a couple hours, Folsom County Jail.
But that's the one that you were basically only gone for 24 hours.
No.
That was the week?
I went to jail for 2 weeks in 1 week increments. 2 1 week separate.
So the last one was the one you went the longest?
No, they were both 1 week.
Oh. I thought you said one was 1 day.
I was at Sac County for 1 day.
Oh.
But then I got transferred over to Placer County.
That sucks.
Right, like within the couple of hours I was
So both times you were there for about a week.
Mm-hmm. Doing the same shit. Sleeping, trying to read a book.
Would you rather one over the other? I'm sure the open pod.
Sac County over Placer County?
Yeah.
Placer County, hands down.
Which one's that?
The open pod.
Open pods.
Yeah, it's way easier. Because like I said, dude, like...
and that's the one that was general population and all that.
Oh, I was in Gen Pop, both of them. But
yeah.
You just don't know people. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're in a cell that somebody has to come and check on you, there could be somebody...
So you did that for a week? You were in a cell with someone for
No, I was in Sac County.
Only
in a cell
only during
for
Sac County.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
for a couple hours. We'll say like maybe 8 through the night, and then a little bit into the morning, and then
they just come in there like, you gotta go.
Yeah, they come to the door and they're like, Candelaria, get your stuff or roll it up. You're getting transferred. I'm like, fuck, can't go home.
Yeah. Did you get excited at all when you hear your name? Like, oh, they're gonna let me go.
A little bit. I didn't think I was gonna go home. I just figured I was going to get transferred back to Placer County because that's where my charge was.
I wouldn't understand any of that. I'd be so lost. I wouldn't know why they're transferring me, why I'm going to this place, why I'm going to that place. I just feel like I went, no. And
I kind of had an idea.
And that's my thing is I think I would be like the nightmare for the guards. Like, excuse me. Like, do you know where I'm going? Do you know why I'm here? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I feel like I would...
And in the cell, you have a toilet in there. At Sac County, in the cell, you have a toilet. And then the sink is like where the tank is for the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your sink is, and then you have like a little
That's
table.
right. I've seen that.
You have a little table off to the side, and then the bunks are at the end of the cell.
You said they had TV. Is it just like a box TV, with like 4 channels, or they
It's a
actually?
flat screen.
God damn, living the high life. Actual cable and everything too. Like,
I want to say like basic channels, like not basic.
who decides what to watch?
I don't know. I just watched whatever.
Yeah,
The time-
I've
the time I was
noticed
watching.
anything I watch on TV that shows people in jail, prison, whatever, they just, or whatever it is that allows them to watch stuff, they just usually sit down and just start watching whatever people are
It's
watching.
just entertainment, dude. Like, you get tired of staring. For me, I got tired of staring at the fucking ceiling or trying to sleep, so I would get
Well,
up
it
and go
sucks is,
downstairs.
are you able to get pens and pencils and stuff?
You get it's fucking weird. So you do get a pen and a paper, but the pen is like a fucking rubber pen.
So you can do magic tricks with it? How does that decipher from a regular pen to be safe?
It's bendable.
But it still has the ink thing in it? Because, like, if I could,
Okay, think about
if
like
I
when
could
you
draw and stuff, it'd be easier for time to go by. And
it's
stuff.
like you know how you can take a pen apart and then it's that plastic piece with
Yeah.
a little metal at the end.
Yeah.
Think of the plastic piece as being like a rubber see-through tube.
I see. And they just hand those out to people, or you have to request them?
No, they give you one
You have a little welcome,
and a little pad.
a little welcome pack.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your stay. Complimentaries on us.
We have breakfast in the morning.
Continental breakfast.
Uh,
Continental lunch. Continental dinner.
do people use the pads a lot? Because I think I would like draw or something. And
Yeah, I was writing a little bit. Like I would write to ISIS. The second time I wrote to ISIS a couple times.
Do people get to visit you even if it's a short time?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a week, can they come by every day and just visit? You?
I think so. Yeah, you have certain visiting hours, which that sucked, dude. When ISIS came and see me, the one and only time she came and see me because I wasn't there that long. Like I was holding back tears because, like, for one, I'm setting a bad example for her. Right, like this isn't who I am. I'm not some dude. I'm not some fucking animal behind these bars. Not like I'm not this person.
I think she saw that you got arrested for nothing too serious. You got arrested for not doing your fucking homework and not going to school, basically.
But again, dude, it's like your pregnant girlfriend's coming to see you. It's like I don't want
cliche.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like
She
I don't
walked in
want
her
her.
joggers and juicy sweats.
No, she usually wears like a flannel.
Juicy sweats and like I'm gonna go visit my man. Mm-hmm. How far along was she when she visited, or when this happened?
Maybe 6 months, 7 months. I don't know. She was barely starting to show.
When you visit, is it like the normal where you get to sit out like on a bench or whatever?
No, it's behind the window.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was like more of a
Prison is the one where you get to do like the contact and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was vice versa.
As far as I know.
So you had to pick up the phone and
Yep.
like that?
Yep.
Really? I didn't know that they did that on for just like jail. I thought that was for more like prison and shit.
No.
People that don't like.
So like in prison they do the phone contact through the window if you're like a fucking like you know serious
mass
offender or
murder
whatever.
some shit.
But yeah, dude, that was hard.
That sucks.
Like talking to her and just trying to ask how her day was and all that.
How'd she feel about everything?
I don't know. I never asked her about it. I should have, but I never asked her about it.
I mean, did she talk about it afterwards? Like,
Nope. We just went along with our life. She came and picked me up when I was being released, and we just went along with our life.
wow,
Yeah.
captivating.
Yeah, she's a down one. She's definitely one ride or die.
Yeah, I feel like we talked so much about like jail stuff, like we both have done serious time, came out with tattoos after 10 years, 20 years. So hopefully people don't think that that's what we're talking about, because it'd be nice to have people to talk to that could tell you those kind of stories. I mean, I've met people in real life that have done those kind of time and all that, but I just don't want it to come off like me and you are just talking about kind of experiences. fucked up experiences where things kind of went the wrong way. But ours
Oh,
did.
just wait till we get to suicide.
Ours did. I know that's gonna be a discussion. Ours wasn't like we fucking were fucking seen Con Air.
No, I haven't.
You never seen Con Air?
Yeah, we can watch that right after Tombstone.
Yeah, you got a list. Were you
I'll put that in my book.
we
Is that what he says?
Captain America? I forgot what he calls it. I don't know, but he kills people in self-defense, and I always don't get that in movies. When they kill them in self-defense, they're like they're going to do time, and then they do the time, and they're like a good guy in jail or whatever. I don't really quite get that, but anyways, none of our stories were like, or stuff that's happened to us. Nothing has been like, oh, and then we accidentally killed someone. It was just dumb shit. It was sad. It was both couple things, being with a couple or being with a girl. So,
Love does crazy things to you.
dude, it's all bad. But anyways,
How long have we been talking?
no, an hour. Wrap it up. Wrap it up with a bow on it.
Dang, Christmas.
Yep, that's where we're at. You and Rudy already took over and basically talked about some dating at the, or not dating, but going out to the club. I kind of wish
Find a date.
Donnie was there on that one. So who knows?
We can get Donnie on the next
maybe
one.
maybe we could visit that around that kind of stuff. But again, it's mainly us just talking and bullshit, and hopefully people will entertain. I just want people to be able to pick it up. A family member could just click on it and just be like, "Oh, I'm just hearing their conversations or whatever." So hopefully people.
I feel like this one had a lot of meaning behind it, though.
People enjoy and our entertainment, and it's okay because we're all okay right now. We're all better, and we're all with our families.
Are we, though?
Well, to a point, I guess.
For another episode.
I guess we're not locked up in any way or
Won't let me out.
incapacitated.
Locked up. You remember that song?
Yeah, it's a bad song. I can't remember who even sings it. Oh, Akon.
Mm-hmm.
Convict.
Music.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, that being said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Check out Best There Is podcast, always at the end of the month. I think we're rocking 2 this month because December we'll have one before Christmas, and then we'll have one before the end of the year to talk about the best of the best of the best of the best of the year. Trying to set that up right now. I got to look at all the categories because there's like best movie, best breakout performance. I don't want to do a separate actress and actor thing. It's like just pick one for a male or female for a movie, male or female for a TV. We don't have to be super professional with ours, so I just want people to go out there and our guys to figure out what categories. Best game, which sucks.
Jenna Ortega.
She's up there. I mean, she might be breakout star. I think she might fall under there. I don't know about best.
I don't know what you want to call her, but
All right. That being said, thank you guys again. Like, subscribe, share. That's me and Adam signing off. Thank you again. Check out the other videos and audio because this is everywhere where podcasts can be heard.
Happy Christmas.
We'll be back before Christmas.
Okay, bye.